All right, today I'm going to show you how to replace the rotor on a front load LG washer. Now, LG doesn't use a traditional motor and pulley system, but rather a magnetic system to make the drum spin. The rotor is the magnetic portion that just slips over the stator, which is the motor for the machine, and it interacts with the coils of the motor to make the drum spin. Now, I will say that over the last 9 years of specializing in LG front load machines, there hasn't been too many instances where I've had to do a rotor replacement. It's just not very common. And usually the only thing that would require you to do that is if the magnets on that rotor cracked or broke. And most of the time you can tell if a rotor is broken because when it does break, those magnets just turn into little chunks, and when the drum spins, it makes a loud clunking noise. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. All right, so the first thing you want to do is come to the back of the machine, and because we are dealing with an electrical component of the washer, you want to make sure that you unplug it from the wall first. To get access to the rotor, we want to remove this panel right here, and to do that there are 4 screws here, 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 and here. Once you have those out, you can grab the panel on both sides and just kind of pull it out towards you until it pops off. This is going to be your rotor assembly right here, and it is held in place by this one screw. Now, to take that off, you'll need a 17mm nut driver. I personally recommend using an impact drill. You can do it without it. You can do it with a ratchet. But if you're going to use a ratchet, just know that it's going to be a little bit more difficult. You're going to have to hold this with one hand to stop the tub from spinning while you try to ratchet it off. And that process can be a little bit tricky, which is why I recommend just using the impact drill. So we'll go ahead and do that now. And you can see how easy that came off. To pull the rotor off, I recommend using both hands. So just take the tips of your fingers and just kind of reach underneath it on both sides. And then you just kind of wiggle it off until it comes all the way out. And so you can see, this is what I was talking about. This is the actual motor that LG uses, what they call the stator. And these are the magnets that sit inside the rotor that interact with these coils to tell it to spin. Now, if you suspected that some of the magnets were broken, you can tell that this is just an easy visual inspection. You just look all the way around. And if it was, you would see little chunks of these magnets kind of all over the place. This one is in good condition, and I already knew that. I just used this one for demonstrative purposes because, again, like I said, this is not something that I run into that often. But if yours are broken, then you will need a new rotor assembly. LG does use several different types of rotors depending on the specific model, and usually you can tell which one it is based on the design of the holes here in the rotor. I know that this specific one is available on Amazon, and I'll put a link for it in the description. I'll look on there as well and see how many of the other styles that LG uses I can find on Amazon. Whatever I find, again, I'll put a link in the description. If you're not absolutely sure, I will put a link in the description as well for a video I have that teaches you how to find the exact part that you would need for your machine. So again, you can click on that, follow that video, figure out what you need, and then head over to Amazon and purchase another one. Once you get your new one, all you have to do is flip this around, slip it right back over the shaft of the spider arm right here, push it in. We're going to take that nut, screw it in part way, and then you want to use your impact drill to screw it all the way back in. Like I said, that is a very simple repair. It's probably one of the easiest repairs that you can come across on an LG front load washer. If you have any questions about anything that I covered, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section and I'll respond to you as quick as I can. Thank you guys so much. Take care. We'll catch you next time.